Welcome to Assembly Calendar. I'm Mike Friesen, and with us for our program today, Assemblyman Mike Fitzpatrick. Mike Fitzpatrick represents the 8th Assembly District in New York State. The 8th District includes parts of Suffolk County, and we thank you folks on Long Island for joining us. Pleasure to have you here. Mike Fitzpatrick, nice to see you.
Mike, great to be with you.
Winding down the end of this 2018 legislative session.
7 days to go.
You have brought a guest with you into the studio today. Tell us about that.
I have a very special guest today. This is Kylie Quigley from Smithtown. And I read a nice article in our local paper, the Smithtown News, about Kylie's condition. Kylie, unfortunately, she's 10 years old. And she has a congenital heart defect. In fact, it's a congenital heart defect with tetralogy of fallopulmonary atresia and a subsequent diagnosis of advanced scoliosis. And it was a wonderful article about what Kylie has had to endure, 2 open heart surgeries. And because of all the work that they've had to do inside, it had the effect on her spine, creating the scoliosis. And she is a fighter, and she is a tough little gal who has endured quite a bit. And so I told her, wrote her a little note to wish her the best, and said, when you're feeling better, I'd like to invite you and your mom to come up to Albany and visit the Capitol. And
they took you up on that.
They took me up, and I said, you know what, I have to do a TV show as well. Why don't you come and be my guest on the TV show?
Well, Kylie, it's nice.
Here we are.
It is nice to meet you, and thanks for joining Mr. Fitzpatrick and coming to the show today. That disease, it's got a long name, and it doesn't sound that good. But gee, you look great. Tell us about what kind of impact this disease has had on your life.
So it's pretty hard. Like, I've missed a lot of school because of it, and like, I don't want to say I've missed friends, but like, when I was homeschooled with my past surgery, I was just bored and I was in pain. So it wasn't like some people want to be homeschooled, but I don't. Like, I had that experience, and I'm like, guys, you don't want to be homeschooled, and it's just hard and difficult and a lot of doctor visits.
Yeah, so you'd rather be with your friends in school.
So that she's been through quite a bit, and so I said, why don't you come up to Albany, you and Mom, we'll give you the tour of the Capitol. We're going to go over to the Capitol. We start session shortly, and just come and we'll talk to the community, the people of Smithtown and Islandia and Hauppauge back home, and tell your story. So we have she brought me a gift, which is very special, and we'll have it in my office. But we have a friend here. He doesn't have a name yet, but he is a little bear. Hello, Mr. Friesen.
Hello, bear.
So this
I've never interviewed a bear before.
But this bear has a zipper, and with a heart in it. And Kylie, tell everybody what the significance of that is. So
when kids or adults have their surgeries, they call it a zipper scar. So the person that makes the burn bears, they put a heart and then they put like the scar, and it looks like a zipper. So we bought some of them and we're giving them to people to raise awareness and help them get through the tough situation they're in.
Yeah. Do you, when you talk to your friends at school, or as Mr. Fitzpatrick notes, you go around the community, you raise awareness for your situation, the disease that and the surgeries and all that you've had, what do you tell them? I mean, do you paint a bleak picture of how awful and depressing life can be, or what's your message for people?
I just say be grateful that you are lucky to have no condition. Even if it's like a small thing, it's still better than what all of us have. And I was really scared one time, and I was like, Mom, why is it just me? Because I was like really little, and I was like, why is it just me that has this? And then we went to the CHD walk, that's in May.
And CHD stands for?
Like child heart disease.
Child heart disease, right.
And then, so we see that, and then like I realized all the people that have lost and still have, but that I see was not just me. And I told my friends about it. Then my cousins come, and like my aunts and uncles. So it's like a good time.
So when you have the opportunity to meet up with people who do have problems similar to yours and illnesses similar to yours, and you get to show them a bear like this, they must think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they thought it was really cute, and the one person that I gave it to, they were just like, "Thank you so much. This is so cute. My little son loves this." And I was like, "You're welcome. It's nothing really."
Because a lot of little, it's something for little kids who have these surgeries and have the scars, and they look and they probably get scared of seeing those scars and kind of emotional. So to have somebody that kind of looks like them, I mean, that can be a big uplift, I would think.
It's definitely an uplift, and then like my friends are like, "I feel so bad for you," but I'm like, it's okay. Like we all have similar like I feel for people that have worse situations, and I just like I try to help other people out the best I can.
Nice.
Kylie, how old were you when you first had your first surgery?
I was 4 days old.
4 days old.
4 days
old. 4 days
old.
old. Your first.
So you've been dealing with this pretty much your entire life, huh?
Yeah, I guess she was born, I guess, a couple of weeks before a scheduled C-section.
Yeah, I was born on January 24th, and I was supposed to be born February 8th.
Right, and you started to turn blue.
I turned blue when they took me upstairs, and
they thought she was healthy, but they realized there was a problem. And turns out the pediatrician, Dr. Levchuk, diagnosed her with the congenital heart defect. And so how old were you when you had your second surgery?
I was 4 months.
4 months. All right. So, and as a result, what's interesting is that as a result of the surgery and opening the chest cavity and doing all that work inside, it created a problem called scoliosis of your spine, and she is going to require additional surgery, another procedure for the scoliosis to straighten out your spine.
Yeah.
So that, and what difficulties has that created for you? What limitations?
So frequently I have a lot of back pain. I've missed maybe a couple days of school for it, and it just caused like more doctor's visits. And how we diagnosed, they were checking my fluid for lungs, and then my doctor came in and said, "Who's treating you for scoliosis?" And we're like, "Wait, hold up, what are you talking about?" And then he said it, and we were just like, it was like a whole big thing, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like this, why is this happening?"
Yeah.
Wow.
One thing after another. It's got to be what it's feeling like for you sometimes, right?
Yeah. So it's you know, it has put limitations on some of her activities. She can't do everything 10-year-old kids can do, but
I don't know. From what I've heard, you're keeping pretty darn busy for a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things you're doing outside of school?
So in Smithtown, there's this thing called the Smithtown Historical Society, and I volunteer there, and then we like feed the animals and muck the stalls every Tuesday evening. So we get to like help them, and I've made it into the National Elementary Honor Society at my school, and then we always go to help people. Like my friend Mary has scoliosis, so we gave her like some opinions and like some stretches, and we gave her a recommendation on a physical therapist, and we always love my physical therapist, and she loves him too. It's like, and he's really funny and stuff.
And you mentioned that CHD walk. So that's a 5K walk. Did you do a 5K walk?
Yeah, I've done it. I think I've done this for 5 years now.
5 years you've been doing that. That's awesome, and that helps you also, besides being good physical exercise, I would think, it probably helps you in your efforts to increase awareness for the diseases and things like that you've got going on. Cool.
So how many do you know in your circle of friends? How many other friends do you have who have similar, who had similar surgeries?
Maybe
like
one or two.
A couple, okay.
Like I don't find them that often. Like it's like funny if like we run into someone and they're like, "Oh, like we have the same condition," like, and like that's really cool, and then we end up becoming like best friends. But like we've only met a couple that I've know.
Very good, very good. As you can see, she is a very special young lady.
Totally,
and she's thoroughly enjoyed the Capitol today. They left very early this morning at about 5 a.m. to get here. And
now, Kylie, we've said it many times on this program that if anybody gets the chance to come to Albany, they need to tour the state Capitol building because in our impression, it's a very special place, a beautiful old school grand building. You can now either tell us that we're totally wrong or that you agree. What did you think of your tour of the Capitol today?
It was really good, and the person that led us, Anna, was so amazing, and I love Teddy Roosevelt. I did a project on him for school, and like it was just so fascinating how I learned more things than I knew that I could look up online. Like it's so much different coming to an actual place and like Googling something. And
seeing where his office was, the governor's office. A lot of people watching this program may not realize that Teddy Roosevelt was the governor of the state of New York.
Yeah.
They think of him as President Roosevelt. He was also the New York City Police Commissioner, if I recall correctly. Yes, I got a confirmation from
a member
Kylie
of the Assembly.
And a member of the New York State Assembly. That's right. In fact, there was his desk, I believe, in the back of the chamber for a while.
I think
you might get to see that. You're going over to session today?
Yeah.
You might get to see that then. That's very cool.
She will be introduced on the floor.
But so the tour was good.
Yeah.
The tour guide was good, and it was kind of cool seeing the place where all the state legislators and the governor and all they hang out and do their work. Huh? And
that was like kind of like they said that someone was fell from the ceiling, and like he's always like the ghost spirit is there ever since. So that's what I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
So I was like,
there was a big fire in 1911, I think it was, at the state capitol.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Capitol is still haunted, you might say.
Well, that's for another program, I think. So what's left for you to do? You're going to be here at the Capitol for a while, or are you heading back home soon?
I have to head back home tomorrow afternoon because I have school on Wednesday and Thursday, and those are my last 2 days of school for this until 5th grade. And then, yeah.
I told her after she spends some time on the floor with me today, we'll introduce her, and she'll see how we conduct business. And then I recommended that she come to the State Museum, literally across the street from where we are now, and see the exhibits there. It's very impressive. And then I think they're staying the night at the Red Lion Inn over across the way in Massachusetts, Stockbridge, which is a wonderful place. You'll really enjoy that. And they'll visit the Norman Rockwell Museum, which I have been to. It's a fabulous place.
I've been there too. It is a fabulous place. You'll see very famous pictures that you've seen 100 times
that's right.
in books and magazines, but there they are.
That's right.
It's great.
Yeah, great spot. So, so it's been a nice day, and her mom, Natalie, is in the green room watching us as we speak, and she's enjoying her trip. And Kathy Albrecht, who runs my district office, my chief of staff, came up with Helen Matus, a dear friend of mine and ours, and so the ladies are having a wonderful quick visit to Albany and
Smithtown
Stockbridge.
Week here. Smithtown Week here in Albany.
So we're happy to have her, and but it was an inspiring story how she has overcome this congenital heart defect and is leading a happy and productive life with very few limitations, but we want to wish you well in your upcoming surgery for the scoliosis, and we'll be there for you. And so I'm just happy you were able to come and visit me and us here in the Capitol, and I think you're going to have a great rest of the day.
And that time has flown right by. We're already out of time. Kylie, it was a pleasure to meet you. We do wish you all the best. You'll be held up in prayer, and we wish you well with your Bears and keeping the fight going to let people know what they can do. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Mike Fitzpatrick, thank you. We'll be in touch with you in future programs.
Indeed.
Hi to Natalie, Kylie's mom, and to everybody else. Thanks for joining us. We'll hope to see you all soon for our next Assembly calendar.